Oh boy, I was asking a couple of hotels elsewhere if they had any winter monthly rentals. One's going to get back to me when they get a price from their owner or manager. I think they're the manager. And the other answered $3,000 for a room plus tax per month. So I had to answer, oh, my apologies. This is not for a family. I didn't say like three kids or whatever, but I said it's just for me and I don't smoke and I don't drink and I'm a minimalist who would be happy with something small. And I said, let me know if you have something like that. And yeah, it's kind of sad, eh? Like that there's still a lot of hotels that will either try to get that, be stubborn about getting that, or have an empty room. And the empty room, they might think, oh, we have to hire more staff if we rent that room. No, well, it's a monthly rental. And if you check the references you say you're going to check and they have a damage deposit already paid up, you don't really need that staff if you do a good job at your job. But if it's the first time they do that, a few hotels, it's the first time they're going to do that and they don't know how to do it. They don't ask me for my resume to see if I could help them do that, right? They don't think about that. They only think money wise. The more north I'm going, the more I notice, the ignorance grows, right? And the cognitive dissonance grows. And I can explain that again if you want. Cognitive dissonance is believing, let's say, incompatible things at the same time. So, for example, mixing and matching worldviews that are not compatible in reality, such as science and supernatural religions and magical money. And you can't. Everybody learns some of the rules, not all the rules, about money, and so they don't want to give up that magical paradigm. Even the ones that deep down know, if you ask them, they know they'll always be way below average income, but that's what they learned. They don't want to learn anything else. So it promotes a lot of intellectual laziness, these kind of paradigms. So the more I'm going north, the more I see churches, big churches, beautiful buildings that look pretty new sometimes, and some like are right across the street from each other. And they're not at war like Ukraine and Russia, but they, I mean, they would be if they enter certain conversations and disagree on the same book that they follow. But and it's not even reality. But they would hate each other for arguments about things that are not reality based. I don't know what to tell you guys. I've traveled in other countries where they are building new buildings for people to live in, and there's nobody living there. But it's just, instead of selling their resources to other countries at the benefit of their elites, they're preparing populations to grow or to move from there to there. If there's a disaster, there's already these big buildings. I've never heard of Canada doing this. The elites here, they prefer to sell the resources for profit. And now you would think that if this is a republic and a democracy and the human rights charter in Canada means anything, that they would distribute this to the population, this income for selling, if we agree to sell this instead of building homes. But that's not the way it is, and people don't understand this stuff, and people don't understand how immature Jordan B. Peterson is. He's really a child, an immature child who, because people are so dumb, they think, wow, he's got so many words, he's got so many things to say, and he's dressed so nice, and he's got, a good haircut and trimmed beard. But the thing is he's a child throwing a temper tantrum most of the time, and he's very egocentric, like the elites, and people can't see this anymore. So not only is there more churches as I go more north and the redneckism grows, is I see no philosopher's cafe where people could share different ideas, different ways of thinking or living, and debate these. It's been so long since I saw any ad for a philosopher's cafe, and and that includes like Castlegar, which was pretty far south. So, but the more I go north, is the more like people wouldn't know what I'm talking about. And they'd say, what, like a coffee shop where philosophers go, like what, they wouldn't know what I'm talking about. And this redneckism grows. I just thought about it again today, this morning, that this happened to me yesterday. It was quite insulting, and it was hard not to get mad. But I'm at a place, well, you kind of know where it is, okay? And And there's somebody that abandons the food in bags that they don't want anymore. That was a free place to get food. Okay, and so I'm asking when the lady's putting it back in the cooler, could I get? And she wants to give me this whole bag. After I choose a few things she's already putting back, and I say, oh no, no, ma'am. I say, I know the source of that bag because I observed it was somebody down there, and I don't see people wash their hands or even use the hand sanitizer, and that includes the staff. And because I say this, that I want to limit what I touch, and I could see actually this bag she wants to give me has pizza sauce on a big part of it, and maybe she doesn't see it, but I see it. So I know, that there's some sort of cross contamination, and it's not that I'm paranoid. It's just that I use prevention. I try not to be sick. Just because I'm poor doesn't mean. And I'm not actually that poor right now. It's just kind of a habit, to not have food go to waste and to not be disappointed buying pizza like at Pizza Hut and being disappointed. So, well, Pizza Hut not that bad compared to, let's say, Boston Pizza. But this lady says, she says, oh, you must, you're OCD, or you must have OCD, or this is OCD. One comment I made, okay, in a short conversation where she thinks I have OCD, and because she thinks she's saving my soul, giving me this bag that might have hepatitis or something else, even if it's just a flu, right? Whatever it is, like I like to wash my hands and I like to minimize things because, and I told her, and I said, ma'am, I just know the source of this. Like I don't see people wash their hands here. And I said also, I don't have a regular doctor if I get sick, but for her, she thinks something's wrong with me because I'm there to receive services where she's a volunteer. I think it's the first time I see this lady. So now I'm thinking, and this could be a work industry, so I'm thinking, if anybody does food safe training anywhere now, not just in the north of BC, I think it should also be on the certificate, food safe, person with OCD. And really, that's how dumb we are. And again, I've seen this in hospitals all around the world, not just Canada. People not washing their hands properly as healthcare professionals. So this is basic things that we still don't do. We still don't do basic things efficiently, like recycling, for those that even try to make an attempt to recycle. And yet they don't believe. I don't know where they think this stuff goes when it disappears on the big truck there, but we are still that dumb. It's pretty scary. I got to say more about work industries if I'm going to turn this into a, well, here's some dreams. So last night I had some dreams, and one of them is I'm working in a school, and I can see again the certified teachers don't know how to build structure with their classroom at the beginning of the school year or semester, meaning they will have a lot of trouble later on. It'll get more stressful for them. They'll want to give up. They'll want to blame it on other people, the skill sets they're missing. Like in this dream, I'm like, I don't know if there was a gym teacher, and I'm looking at the change room where the kids had used. And it's like, you can hardly see the floor. There's things all. And it's like, man, how is there such a lack of discipline, not just with the kids, but the teachers that don't even have the same opinion of me as this is not what we should be teaching is normal, and it wouldn't be hard for me to actually get the kids to pick that up, to start using the lockers and to double check that it's done before they leave or before, the activities that they like begins. It's simple reinforcement, or discouragement of behaviors that are good or bad. And teachers don't want to do this effort anymore. And another dream last night, same. And this is again me imagining I have work, but again, it's based on the memories of my past experience, these dreams. So I'm in a place where I'm helping somebody with mental health. I'm in let's say, a hospital in this dream maybe, and I'm helping somebody. Then I'm observing people that have seniority or are above me, and all they're doing is they're disinfecting things. But not doing a great efficient job at it because you need to be scientifically minded for that. They don't even want to do what they're supposedly the experts in, like mental health workers. They just want to gossip, walk around, and do a crappy job disinfecting things. And this is really what I've observed is more and more people that want to just pretend they are who they are, do a bad job at something else that's even easier to do a bad job at, and then get ready as they gang up together, teachers or mental health professionals, and criticize the hell out of you when you are role modeling and you beg to be observed and filmed transparently doing a good job for the clientele, for the students, and for the people that deserve somebody that cares about them having a better functioning brain for the times they're going to live in.